Hello guys, and welcome to the rebooted series of Feed the Beast tutorials. In today's tutorial guys, we're going to be looking at how the RF Tools Builder can be used as a quarry in the latest versions of Feed the Beast. So if you're a bit of a veteran with any sort of Feed the Beast or Tech It mod packs, you've probably noticed that Buildcraft isn't really around anymore to sort of do your quarrying work. And if you type in quarry, all you get really given is, in the JEI menu, is the quarry cards and quantum quarries, which if I'm honest are pretty expensive from extra utilities. So you're probably thinking, wow, a quarry's not really in reach, but if I'm honest, it's a lot better than what you think. So the recipe for the builder is a pretty cheap sort of recipe, not overly expensive really. So the builder, what you're going to do is basically place this guy down in the world, and just before I get started, I probably need to mention actually, this quarry is going to use a hell of a lot of power, so you are going to need probably something like an extreme reactor or a draconic evolution reactor, something that provides a lot of energy to be able to run this guy sustainably. You're not going to be able to get away with like a Stirling generator or just like a couple of combustion generators to run this guy. This guy's going to use a hell of a lot of power, even at base level. So for that I'm just going to use a creative capacitor bank, so I'm going to plonk this guy down, and as you can see he's now going to fill it with power. But to get this guy into quarrying mode, what you're going to need is to get yourself a quarry card from RF Tools. So there's 6 different types. You've got the regular quarry, which basically just fills the area in with dirt. You've got the silk touch quarry, which basically obviously, just applies silk touch to all the blocks. So for example, instead of getting an individual diamond, you'll get like diamond ore. Fortune, which obviously means that, it's just like the fortune enchantment. So instead of when you mine the diamonds, rather than getting 1 diamond per block, you might get 2 or 3, for example. The clearing quarry, which rather than filling the area in with dirt, rather than what these do, these guys just simply clear the area out, so you just end up with a massive hole. Then you've got the respective ones for the clearing silk touch quarry and the clearing fortune quarry. So you can right click this guy, just open and thinner, not on any blocks or anything, and he'll basically, you won't get this little interface, because in fact what I'll do is I'll get myself a fresh card actually. And so yeah, so you'll just get this one little cube area, so this guy's not really set up to do much. You then get some different shapes you want, so you can get a box shape, whether you want it to be hollow or anything. You can choose it to avoid certain blocks if you want, so if you don't want to get stone, cobblestone, dirt, gravel, sand, sandstone, or endstone rather, and netherrack and stuff, and whether you want to use Ore Dictionary. And the dimensions, you can set them in this, but what I would rather do is shift right click on the actual builder itself, and you can basically draw out a little box. So for example, I've come down to here for example, so if I right click this block, it's going to tell me to go and right click another block, although first I think I'm going to quickly set it to daytime. And if I right click this block over here for example, and I now right click the card, as you can see I've now got this sort of cuboid shape. And this is basically telling me the area that it's actually going to work on. So this is a clearing quarry, so you are going to be able to see what's going on here. So if I stick this quarry card in here, it's not going to do anything at the minute. And that's probably for a couple of reasons. One reason is it doesn't have any sort of redstone signal, so I'm just going to get myself a lever and stick him on the side. And it's got nowhere to stick his items. So practically you probably would need some kind of sorting system, maybe with like refined storage to sort your items out. But for now I'm just going to plonk a large storage crate with match the additions on this guy. And if I right click this, you should notice that this guy is very quickly filling up with items. And if I stop the quarry real quick, what should have happened is this guy should now start quarrying in the world. Now I'm not quite sure, oh there we go, so that's the corner that he's decided to start working on, so as you can see he's gone down to that level and he's just going to basically go mining through the world. Now if you don't want him to do that, like I said, you can use the dirt module rather than the clearing module, and what the dirt module will do is rather than making this entire hole, it'll just basically fill in every block that isn't dirt already, so all this stone and ore and stuff will just become dirt basically. So rather than making this massive mess to your world, it will basically just do that. So as you can see, this guy, I'll just turn it off because it's quite loud, but this guy is quite self-contained for example, so if you basically make the area go around him, it basically protects a 3x3 area around him. Now I think I discovered this as a bit of a problem in my Feed the Beast Let's Play, so I think I had some cables that were running down here I think, and this guy completely ignored those cables and went straight through them. So I had to completely adjust my quarry setup. But unless, you are, going to quarry directly around this guy, so you could use this guy and, directly quarry around him, but I'm not quite sure how you'd get power in. So if I wanted to think, what I'd do is I'd use the quarry exactly how I've set it up here. So you basically set up the area, and then you'd probably, have him a bit further back so he's not actually in the area, so you can actually afford to power him. And there you go guys, so he's put all of his items in here, and like I said, you probably would need some kind of extraction system. to, you know, obviously get the items out. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything in the RF Tools Builder tutorial, guys. So thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Goodbye from Potent Plum.